Hi guys, thanks for watching Bubble and Squeak. Today is peanut butter and jelly cupcakes. Alright, so let's gather everything we need for the cupcakes. We've got the box mix here from Betty Crocker. We've got the oil, we've got water, and the 3 eggs I asked for. We're actually going to add in extra vanilla extract today, and of course we need scissors to get in the bag. Alright, so go ahead and mix everything together. I'm actually preferable of mixing in the moist ingredients before you end up mixing through all of the dry ingredients. In this case, it's the box mix. So here you can see me adding in the oil, the water, and of course the 3 eggs. Alright, so at this time, grab a whisk, beat those eggs together so that they mix nicely. I like to make sure you get a little bit of air in there so you get fluffier cupcakes. Don't know if it's true or not, but I don't know. I think it works. Alright, so go ahead and mix in that box mix and get it nice and creamy looking. Okay, so after you've got everything set there, go ahead and grab some cupcake tins and get some liners in there. Now, right now, I am actually going to end up pouring everything in. A lot of people end up using ice cream scoops. If you have one, try that. It's about the right size. Unfortunately, I actually do not own an ice cream scoop, so therefore we're going to pour everything in. Now, in a second you'll notice that I am extremely messy. So, if you can, try to pour as delicately as possible. Alright, so make sure they're filled about halfway, and if you were super messy like I was, clean them off. I find that cleaning it off helps so that way the cupcake liners don't end up sticking to the pan and rip, which is not fun. Alright, so I actually had some extra cake batter left over. I know some people throw it away. I always end up throwing it inside of a pan, and then I end up just cutting it up and eating it later. Alright, so let's go ahead and work on the frosting while we end up baking our cake. So you will need half a cup of creamy peanut butter, 1 full cup of powdered sugar. You need 4 tablespoons of butter, unsweetened, 2 tablespoons of milk. In this case, I'm using 2%, but whatever you got is fine. And if you have one, electric mixer. Alright, so you want to make sure your butter is around room temperature. Now you're going to end up adding the peanut butter to it. Creamy is really important in this, that way it mixes thoroughly. I find that using chunky or anything like that, it acts a little weird. I normally use honey roasted peanut butter. I think this would taste really good with, oh goodness, just like regular honey, any of the cool little flavors you can find. But you want to make sure that the butter and the peanut butter get thoroughly mixed together. It doesn't take very long, probably about a minute or 2. Okay, so grab your milk, and then you want to end up grabbing your confectioner sugar. Add in the confectioner sugar about half at a time. I find this is just a little bit easier to mix through like this. Now while you're mixing in the confectioner sugar, it's going to start looking really strange. It actually starts clumping together, creating almost like a, oh goodness. Well, it doesn't even look like peanut butter anymore, to be honest. So, anyway, it's gonna look really gross, but it's okay, because when we add in the milk, everything will get fixed. As you can see, I'm really fighting with it. It kind of makes a Play-Doh type dough. It's strange. I'm not a big fan of it, personally. Tastes good, though. Okay, so go ahead and add in your 2 tablespoons of milk. Now, this kind of is a trial run. Depending on the kind of peanut butter I use, and how much, if I accidentally end up using too much confectioner sugar, sometimes I have to add more or less. In this case, I actually ended up needing more. As you can see, it's still sticking to the blender a little bit. So I added a half a tablespoon extra of milk, and then it creates this nice creamy consistency. Tastes good. Okay, so once you've got all of your lovely frosting concoction mixed together, go ahead and put it in a piping bag, or in my case, like I'm using a Ziploc, because I'm cheap and I don't feel like washing my piping bags. Anyway, so go ahead and stick it in a Ziploc, and then you want to make sure you remember to cut off the tip. Alright, so now we have got cupcakes, peanut butter frosting, and go ahead and grab another Ziploc or frosting bag in a cup. This cup is going to be for your frosting. In my case, I'm using traffic jam. Sorry, horrible joke. Really good though. Or you can use strawberry, whatever kind of jam or jelly you like. Go ahead and stick it in the bag, and we'll be ready to rock out loud. It looks good. Okay, so for now filling the cupcakes, grab a cupcake and a nice little knife, something you can wield easily. You want to cut somewhere near the center of the top of the cupcake. Don't try to cut all the way down. You'll end up cutting through the cupcake and it'll ooze out the bottom when you try to eat it. Just cut about halfway through. Now, if you have a chance to actually save those little pieces, you can actually stick them back on top. Sometimes if I'm using something that's a little bit runnier, like fudge or something like that, I try to stick those back on top to try to, I don't know, cork it. Alright, so I'm filling it with the traffic jam right now. And then you want to grab your peanut butter, frosting, and I forgot to cut the top off, or the edge off, so give us a second, we will get that going. Hey, nobody's perfect. Oh, right. Okay, there we go. So we've got that all snipped. So now you want to go ahead and frost the top of it in any way you like. If you have a piping bag and tips, go ahead and use, I don't know, whatever you like. I think a star tip looks really nice. And voila, there is a finished cupcake. I ended up topping it with a couple, just peanuts, and that's what it looks like on the inside. Thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe.